It's that time again. Yes, it's pre-cap time for season 20, where we go through not 17 pre-caps this time. We have 18, I do believe, as the Challenge League get an extra play pool or division, what you want to call it, conference.
Whoop, whoop.
So, whoop, whoop, yeah, so they get 8, if that's right, in it. And we've got 8 in. I've added this up wrong, haven't I? I'm sure I have.
It's 16 that you're meant to be saying.
Yeah, you see, I'm old. This is why I shouldn't be. This is why you guys are with me.
Mate, take your socks off and use your toes as well as your fingers.
I have actually got my socks off. I've got
like too many.
I've got like this
oh
black.
God, yeah, confusing.
Yeah, I've got like these black. I don't know what they're called, Crocs shoes or what. I don't fucking
Oh
know
my
what they are.
God, you've got Crocs on.
No, what are they? I don't
Right,
know.
I'm getting off. See you later.
What are they? It's like I don't even know what they call them.
Hey, a little unknown fact. You know what the holes are for in Crocs?
No, it's not. They're not got holes in them. No, it's not that. Then I don't know what they are.
Holes in Crocs are to let your dignity seep out. Fact.
They're made in China. I'll let you know that. I don't know what they are. I'll screenshot them later because I know you'll want to see them.
Oh, God.
I am in shorts and t-shirt though. It's that sort of weather up here in up north. You know, we don't need all these jumpers.
Is it snowing where you are, Dyer?
What, you mean when it's actually north? No, it's not snowing. I've not actually even opened the curtains yet, so I don't know what it's there.
I don't know.
What time is it there?
Food time, I think.
Anyway, as you've probably already guessed, but I have 2 co-announcers for the first pre-cap. So welcome Bezo and welcome Dio, 2
Hello.
awesome coaches, and they're going to be cursing or giving you positive feedback on your team.
Benny said I can't insult anyone, so I'm just going to sit and be quiet for 30 minutes while you two chat.
So yeah, it basically just me and Dio then with insightful knowledge. So let's get.
There's a problem.
Look, we've got to pretend that we know what we're doing.
just Benny in it chatting.
I never get it right. So we're screwed if they're expecting me to get it done. Anyway, let's get on with it then. Let's go to the first conference. It is the Wicked Forest Conference on my notes. And it is the Bengal Pharaohs. So we're going to go with Geo first of all. Now, first things first, I was pretty disappointed last season. Won 1, drawn 2, lost 4. So I thought they'd done better last season. So I'm hoping this season may do better. I hope so. I'll come to Dio first. Tell me what you think of this squad. And I think number 10 is a transfer. I think.
Well, I like both the throw-ras. Obviously, more the agility one, as it takes away the biggest weakness for Kemry.
Yeah.
Having the AG3 blitzer as well would definitely help. Never mind the extra movement. Although number 1 amuses me.
Squirrel.
I'm going to assume that he has a run-in with Andy slightly before purchasing that one.
Yeah, I presume Andy killed his Tomb Guardian or something.
That violent Andy and those squirrels.
Violent.
It's
but
poor killers.
Yeah.
Armour down, but
yeah, good old Billy Mick.
They get hit back as well as hitting, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Bezo, what do you think of the team?
Yeah, I love it. I love the coach as well. Gio's just class. The Tomb Guardians, you just got to stay away from them, haven't you? They've all got Mighty Blur. They're all guarded up. One's got block. Horrible. Stay away from them. You're winning the game. But if not, you can't really go toe to toe with them. All got guard. 2 great throwers, like Dyer said.
Yeah.
Got a killing blitzer as well.
That you want to tie the Tomb Guardians up rather than avoid them.
Yeah, you can tie them up with dwarfs. The Kitex ain't got claw.
Yeah, I mean they all got Mighty Blow though, so it's still a bit of a dicey game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All of them got Mighty Blow.
Yeah.
Even Grab's useful. We'd like to see Grab on 2 of them. Obviously they're taking a lot of TV, but
yeah, he's got break. I like the break tackle.
Break tackle as well.
Yeah, it's a lovely team. It is a really nice team. I'd like to see him do better.
Yeah, I mean, I've got down here. I don't know if you guys agree. I've put notes down here. Now I've got solid Tomb Guardians, 4 guard, 4 Mighty Blow, so that's really good. Shame about the movement down. And obviously, I'm almost certain number 10 is a transferring, and obviously we've seen teams like Rand with his movement 8 making a big strides and helping him win games. So that might be the same for this guy.
Huge, it's huge. That
the only problem is though, if he goes and picks the ball with Mortal Kombat, it's very risky handing it off to obviously Werra because it's going to be a 4+. So
yeah, I think he's going to have to pick it up with him. He's got sure runs. He's going to have to try and pick it up with him anyway.
And at least at home, he's not going to have to worry about rain.
Yeah. I mean, I've got 2 weaknesses in this team, 2 what I class as massive weaknesses. And it's one same with the Cowboys as well. He's only got 2 rerolls in an agility 2 sort of team. I don't like that, but I'll say that about most teams. But the main one for me is his weakness to me is in his blitz raz. You've got to stat down on the armor on Billy Mick, so he's a lot easier to take down. And obviously, even if Pal's on now, it's easy to foul him and try and remove him.
Yeah.
And Skeletor for me, what is he? You're paying for agility 3, but he's not going to get the ball because number 9 and number 10 are going to have the ball. He's got tackle and
the agility helps with movement as well. So,
but it's just agility 3 though, isn't it?
It's
just agility.
3+ isn't exactly an outside shot.
He's carrying enough money for another reroll as well. I think after his first game, you'll probably see him buy a 3rd reroll.
I just look at agility 3 and think, I don't like paying for it when I've got number 9 and number 10. Like you said, the only good thing about Skeletor is it can dodge off a piece on a 3+ instead of a 4+. That is the only thing for what you're paying TV wise for that. I don't know. I'd like.
But he's another tackle piece as well. He is. Tackle's big in it.
I just begrudge paying for agility 3, but that's probably why I never have ball carriers because I just don't like agility 3.
Been around as long as Mortal Kombat, or 5 games less than Mortal Kombat, so it could have been that he picked up the agility plus first. Yeah.
Well, it's a fair point. If it could have done, I just thinking 1880 TV.
It's a little bit. It is helpful because if he's only got 2 players in his team that are going to go out hunting, and if one of them's tied up, at least he has got Agi 3.
Yeah. I don't know. I just look at the blitz rise. Obviously, it's funny because obviously Billy Mick, if he didn't have that AV down, I think he's pretty good an enforcer.
He's one away from a level up as well.
He is. So it'd be interesting. What would you get for a Billy Mick on the next level?
Frenzy. Possibly.
Firm, Jogs.
Yeah, Stand Firm's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be blitzing with him, isn't he? I don't know.
Stand Firm lets you surf. Jogs helps you crack cages.
He's got quite a bit of guard as well. He's got a guard. I won't mind Frenzy, just getting that double shot at someone. Got tackle. He's going to get 4 dice.
I don't know what I'd get, to be honest.
4 dice on the blodger.
I don't like Frenzy because of the Frenzy trap, and you're not really going to dodge away much on a 2+, and if you fail it, it's AV7. Don't really like that. I don't know. Juggernaut's not bad, I suppose, because then you're not, if you blitz and you get both down, you can push him away, I guess. But he's got enough firepower. I mean, he's got 5 mighty blow. One of them's a pylon. It's a pretty good team. Guard wise, he's got decent, and like I said, 4 strength 5 guards are going to be really hard to move. I like his 2 ball carriers. I think they both are very, very good. The only issue for me was B, like obviously you said Bezo, is I'd be trying to pick up my number 10 now because I'm like, he's moving 8. I'd rather go with him.
It's interesting going
number 10 and then leave number 9 as the kind of
the handoff.
He's like.
Yeah, because number 9 you can hand off to because he's agility 4, so it's hand off on 2+, instead of the other way around, what would be a 4+.
I like the fend on the skellies as well because fend is annoying. It can just mess up so many like you need to push someone to get an assist on someone that you can't follow up. It's so useful. It really is. When you play against Bretts, it is annoying, and it is, isn't it? And I think fend is an undertaking skill, and I'd never consider putting it on a skelly, but looking at this, you can see how it works.
Yeah, I like it. I like definitely like fend on it. Who out of this group then? Where is his best matchup? Where do you think his best matchup's going to be?
I haven't really looked at the teams too much, but
even if it's racial.
Looking at the races,
yeah, I was going to say Tripp's team because he's got the 1 claw mighty blow, but his armor's very low, and he's got mighty blow on tons of stuff as Gia. But then Tripp plays well and don't really give away too many hits, but yeah, I'd say the Norse just for their armor.
Yeah. I personally think his best matchup is with Los Pumas. I mean, Liz Smith's missing first game, so we don't know who will be playing, but just a strength advantage. And there's a lot of these plays busted with movement 5 and movement 6. He's got some mighty blow, but it's not too scary. It's a good team, but I if I was the Khemri, I would not have a problem with this. I'd be pretty tempted, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
they just tend to get away a lot. They're slippery out of the Pumas.
Yeah.
I think if they do get away, there isn't much in the Khemri team to catch them up.
Well, hopefully the Agility 3 guy with tackle can stop them there, maybe. Who knows? But I don't know. I think positionally, you've got to be positionally sound with Khemri, but if you can get it positioned right, I think the humans would have a problem, to be honest.
Yeah.
Dio, did you agree with the Norse, or did you want to pick somebody else? Or
It was me that said the Norse first, but
yeah.
Just as the Norse will be going into contact a lot.
Yeah.
AV7 on AV7, so it could go either way.
Yeah.
The regen might win it out.
I'd be slightly concerned with the Yeti though, with the mighty blown claw. I know it's unpredictable. If he can remove a TG or two, and then he's obviously got that mighty blow paladin on his berserker as well on AV7.
Yeah. I think more than any game.
4 guard to deal with on the strength 5 guys, so
again, positioning would be.
I think the first couple of turns in that game will be huge.
Yeah.
To be honest.
What do you think is Khemri's worst matchup here then, Dio?
See, I'm not sure whether I'm wanting to say the Underworld or the High Elves. Underworld with it just makes that the ball has to be secured. You don't care about the goblins, you can just sacrifice them, and against most of the Tomb Guardians, they must roll a POW. They can't settle for. You've only got one with block, so.
Yeah.
And then all the inbuilt dodge.
Fair enough.
And against both teams, you can't leave the ball on the ground at all, which.
No. Definitely not. Bezo, you agree, or do you see another team being...
Yeah, I agree with the Underworld as well, but I'd probably pick the High Elves as being more difficult. They've got tons of agility, they're leaping in, they're fast. It's going to be really hard for them to keep up. Yeah, they might not damage the team as much, but they'll take a beating on the way. Could be a 2 or 3 nilly. It depends on injury and armour rolls, doesn't it? But
yeah.
I've got tons of blodgers, only 2 tackle pieces for Gio.
Yeah. I think probably one of the worst matchups for him is the 8 Yobs, because Orcs are armoured down, so they can take whatever the Khemri can give them. They've got plenty guard themselves. I mean, they've got 7 guard, they've got Strength 5 Black Orc, Strength 5 Troll, a decent thrower, enough mighty blow to break AV7. They've got 2 agility 4, Blodge, Shorehand Blitzers, a Frenzy piece, a Stand Firm piece, Black Orc as well. I just think the 8 Yobs are so well balanced in strength, ball handling, and the hitting power that I think if anyone can go toe to toe with them, I think it's the 8 Yobs.
Yeah, definitely. He's not got a single player with an injury. What's going on?
Obviously, I don't know. But I'm here for the health 8. Oh yeah, there'll be plenty of that, bro. Plenty of high health 8, definitely. I don't know. I'm only kidding. I don't know. We haven't got to you yet. So that's the Bengal Pharaohs.
Who was that, bro?
Professor, yeah.
I picked him to be a problem for the Khemri. So.
Yeah, he just gives you a bit of love. Yeah. Right. So that is the Bengal Pharaohs. Let's go on to the next team, Los Pumas. Right. So I'll tell you what I wrote for the Pumas. Last season, I tipped them to do great things and they let me down. Their record was 2 wins, 2 draws, 3 losses. So I thought they underachieved last season. That's just my thoughts. But what I've done here for notes is I've got Lazy Smith, busted up, retirement. Surely this will be his last season. Time for, is it Juan Jarro to step up?
Juan Jarro.
Yeah, and I've got key player is that ex Arsenal goalkeeper who was horrific. I hated him. Alex Manninger, who was gash. And because obviously he's agility 4 and he's got movement 7, and he may have to do some good stuff this season. Bez, I'll come to you first this time. Do you like this team? What do you like? What don't you like?
Yeah, I've played this team a few times. If you don't know this team, where have you been? A lot of injuries, a lot of movement downs, there's armour downs, multiple armour downs. Still a very good side. Can play with anyone. He's got Lazy Smurf, just scores for fun. 444 SPP says it all. His other catcher, Strength 3. He's a great little player in the making, and he's catching up as well. Yeah, most bases covered. He's got good splatter in a guard, 4 guard pieces. Good team.
Yeah,
to play against as well. Great coach, really tough to play against.
I mean, he might have lost players, but to me, 4 guards not enough for humans. It's just simply not enough. They need more than that. I think personally, but that's just me. But hey, it's one of those things. Obviously, they won the championship in season 4, if I remember as well. So obviously, they are a former pro champion team, and obviously, players like Laser Smurf are legends. Dio, what do you think of this team?
Pretty much the same. It's a terrifying team to play against.
Yeah.
Largely because the coach.
Yeah.
There's a lot of injuries. Lazy Smurf, he's close to retirement, but I don't think he's going to get anywhere near it this season. He's only on 96 games, which is kind of terrifying, and that means that he's scoring more than 4 points
in retirement. In retirement, like
108, I think it is.
Is it?
It's annoyingly high for everyone that's looking to play Lazy Smurf.
Yeah,
I think he is armor 6. He's strength busted.
Oh, he's got niggles a lot, hasn't he?
He's got niggles. That's what I'm just.
Oh, he has. Yeah, he has. I'll go to.
I think I've always found the thing about Disco. He's same as Andy as well. With the squirrels, they seem to be able to just pull a play out of nowhere. Like you'll be caged up or you'll be defending, and all of a sudden you've lost the ball, and you think, well, where's that come from? They don't really have any strip ball or leapers or like that, but like it's similar to playing against Andy. It's difficult.
Yeah.
I reckon Phil the Power, when he gets his first injury, he's going to get guard, and Dougal as well. He should get. Probably Mighty Blow for Dougal, I would go before the guard, but.
Yeah, it depends where he rolls. I quite like strength 4 guard pieces, to be fair, but we'll have to see what he does there. But it's like I say, it's a good team. Obviously, Disco Davis is an excellent coach, especially with humans as well. He plays them so well. But I don't know. I think this could be the end for Laser Smurf this season. I've got that feeling.
Yeah, agreed.
I think people have been saying that for many seasons.
Yeah, but I think this is the first time I've said it, so I'm going to make sure it happens. I'll pay off the refs to turn a blind eye.
He's got to be the most injured player in. Yeah. What is he? Fractured skull, smashed collarbone, another fractured skull, damaged back.
4 injuries.
Then niggle and a pinched nerve for missing the next game.
I think we would need to look at Ran to decide that.
But I love the player. I mean, hopefully nothing will happen to him. I just, because obviously you like these sort of players, but they're a pain in the ass to play against because you could almost pitch clear him, and this guy can just
spin the
ball,
cheating, isn't it?
Just go,
it's cheating.
Just go and score. But he is only agility 3 though, so it just give you a bit of hope to stop him.
It's cheating.
So best matchup for the Pumas then, Dio.
Ooh.
Best matchup. They're all quite frustrating teams for them. I'd go with the Underworld.
Snap.
Oh, you both like the Underworld.
He's got enough tackle. He's got the manoeuvrability and the guard to deal with a lot of what Underworld can throw.
Yeah, I think both of you is a fair point. I think I'll agree with both of you here because the tackle.
The only thing I'd change is if he gets V-Power first game of the season. I think very good because V-Power's missing his Beast and his Killer Pesty. His Killer Rotter, sorry.
Killer Rotter.
I think if he gets V-Power first game of the season, great. If not, Underworld. Or even the Norse. He could go toe-to-toe with the Norse as well, quite comfortably.
Yeah, I think the reason why
I don't think he would be so keen on going toe-to-toe with the Norse. They're a lot more bashy.
Yeah, I'm just having a look at the other Nagel team, Petridi, see what they look like.
I think they're coming up now, aren't they? I know they
Yeah.
was struggling a couple of seasons ago, but they're getting a lot better.
Well, I mean, they've got that one killer, haven't they, who's devastating.
Is it
But
Shabazz or something?
yeah, is it Stehaz
Stehaz
Rabies?
Rabies,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's a guy who should play for the Cowboys, to be fair. Um, I don't know. I think I'll go. I really rate the coach Shaky Dog. That's why I'm really looking to say he's the best matchup. But I think with the stunty and the mighty blow and things like that,
Yeah.
it could break a few. And obviously his guy will be better than his. So yeah, I'll go reluctantly for the Underground Souls. Now then, there's which is the worst matchup for the Pumas?
I think the Orcs. Khemri's not going to be nice, but the Orcs is nasty. Could really make a mincemeat of this team.
Yeah.
Plenty of mighty blow, plenty of strength, tons of guard, agility players, blodgers. It's going to be nasty. I do think they could tear them apart.
Yeah, I don't think they played them last season, did they? No, they didn't.
No.
Yeah, I can see that. Dio, do you agree, or have you seen something else? Or you agree as
No,
well?
I can't think of anyone else there that
Do you know
would be
what?
as bad for the humans.
This is scary because I'm going to agree with both of you again. I think the Orcs, but I do like. You see, my worry, guys, is I fell in love with this team last season and they let me down. Although it was close.
The Obs.
The Obs, yeah, I really like the
from
Obs.
what we've said already, Obs should win this group.
I'm like, I love the Obs. And I'd love to say it's because I like Orcs, but I don't know. There's something about the Obs that just look so well balanced. But yeah, I agree with you guys. Pumas, do you think they can do a better record than last season? 2 wins, 2 draws, 3 losses. Are we going to see them do better this season?
Depends on the first couple of games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I rate the coach, but there's not really any easy coaches in the division.
Yeah. Right, let's move on to... Professor says, this agreement isn't very MML like. Yeah, no, bro, it's a bit thingy. This could be interesting, though, bro, because we're now looking at your team, the Violent Suns, and we know how much they like high elves. I'll tell you what I've wrote down here. God, I'm gonna get slaughtered for this.
Did you just write the words?
No. I always try and be neutral. Not that it always helps. Last season was quite disappointing. 1 win, 2 draws, 4 losses. I've got a few things here. I've got Centauri, Agility 6 Blitzer. Is that bloat? Do any of you two want to say that's bloat, or would you take the Agility 6? Agility 5's awesome, but do you need Agility 6?
I don't know. Depends what he does with
their
him.
mic.
I don't know. It's not even
I
Blood Bowl
just
in the
farted
dark.
real loud. I think that's what it was.
Probably. Do we need Agility 6 on this? Is this just not bloat? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this is bloat, but do you two tell me it's not then?
How do you turn it down? It's hard to turn it down.
Why?
Isn't
Why
it?
do you need Agility 6? What? I don't
Agility
see.
6 is, I mean, on the leaper, because it's got the leap, I'm going to say it's not bloat.
No.
The ball's in 3 tackle zones, you leap onto it, you grab it, you throw it out,
Yep.
and they're just left going, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, agreed.
And
It
then
is a pain in the ass to play against.
and then the Agility 6 guy gets killed a horrible death and breaks and gets stamped on.
And then you've got enough Agility 4 that you don't really care.
You do care though. You do care. You do
He's got 2 strip ballers as well.
Yep.
Very nice. Very nice. Like you said, I'd like to see a few more wins, definitely.
If he's playing someone that's not got enough guard, you just fire 2 guys up, and you're then cage diving on 3+ with a reroll.
Yeah.
He has he's got 1 guard piece, and that guard piece is movement 5. He's going to struggle a little bit with
But you're not
guard.
dodging him into the cage to get that.
You're not,
kudos block.
no. It's just difficult. It's going to be hard getting dice on the ball in it, if you know what I mean.
So that's it. You can either choose to 2+ leap into the cage, or you can use the leap to get back out. You can 3+
definitely,
in with the dodge. Depends
Like I
on
said,
how those 2 heroes are managing.
this was the question: is Agility 6 bloat or not? And obviously, this is why we're discussing that. Gimlick is saying this team needs the Wizard Chop. I don't think this team will ever get the Wizard Chop because hey, it needs 100k to go up a level, doesn't it, to get to level 2, and then we'd need another 100k to get the Wizard.
But he's got the 11 players.
Has he done a transfer this season if he's still there? Has he
Professor's here, so he'll let us know. Watch it be that bloody blitzer.
I don't know if he brought that number 6 in. Sorry, number 5 in. But
Proteus. I like Proteus. Yeah. I've got down here Proteus is a big player. Nev, Steel, Blodge, Movement 9, he's nice. I also like the Movement 8 Mighty Blow piece as well, even though he's Agility... Oh no, not Agility 3. Is it Pollux? I like Pollux as well. He said yes to something. So what was the transfer in Proteus?
For some reason I want to say Proteus, and I don't know. We'll
name the player you signed, bro.
I do like Wrestle as well on the lineman because it's a pain in the ass. You give him block and it's like they stood there, but Wrestle just does your head in. When they're bringing a piece down you don't want down, it's so annoying. It's on par with being as annoying as.
Oh, that's interesting.
Thingy.
Right, okay, this is interesting because it's like he's read my mind, Professor, because when I was looking at these teams, a couple of things struck out for me to discuss. One was the Agility 6-piece, see what people thought. And the other thing, what really caught my eye, and I could not get my head around it, was number 7, Bamari. Dump off, diving catch. Please explain to me why.
He's the one who's signed.
I like him because it's something different, but... You've got an Agility 6-piece. You've got 2 movement pieces. I don't. What is he just going to give it to this guy, and then are they going to try to play Dark Elf? I don't really know what he's going to do with him. I mean, he does.
I think from what I'm reading, he's just signed in it.
He has, yeah, he's just signed him. So I'm interested to see how he's going to use him. Because to me, my brain's saying the only thing diamond catch it is a +1 to catch it. It's alright.
But you catch on an accurate pass, and if it's inaccurate, you can still catch in tackle zones. So and if the ball's knocked loose as well, you get the attempt to catch it.
Right, and then you've got your dump off. What you'd think he'd be the ball handler then? Is that right? Is that fair enough to say?
Dump off's a strange one in a high elf.
Because I was looking at dump off, and I was sort of figuring how. Because to me, I would have thought Centauri would have the ball and say, "Look, I'm just going to leap over you all and score," or maybe.
No, I don't think I would give Centauri the ball. Centauri's a recovery piece.
Do you mean he's going to say, "Look at me, I did a 2+. Look at me, I did a 2+."
Well, Proteus or Pollux. Well, no, probably Proteus to me is a nice piece to run with the ball, but again, with Nerves and Steel, he might be trying to catch with him. I just don't know what the end game is with Bamari unless he's going to be now the ball handler.
Possibly.
But then I'm thinking diving catch. He's a bit wasted. If I don't know. I'm intrigued by it. I'm not trying to hate on it. I'm intrigued by what the plan is with Bamari. And I always, I don't know. I just
like I say, if he's going to have him as receiver and there's a pass, he's going to help if he's a receiver and he's trying to catch a scattered pass in it. As such, I don't know.
For catching on the kickoff, said Gimli. Well, bit of a send 5 guys deep. Oh, Professor's going to give us the playbook. That helps. Send 5 guys deep. He's going to tell us.
Got to get 5 guys through the defence, though.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. For catching on the kickoff, though, Gim, surely you just take kickoff return.
Yeah,
a lot easier.
Kickoff return's helpful on one anyway, isn't it?
I don't know. I mean, like
I don't think you need it on high elves. They're fast
well, you don't,
enough.
but I'd rather
it's
take
not
that.
Bad, but
yeah, I'm just intrigued by the piece because I could not get my head around it. Apart from he's going to do one or two things. Someone else is going to have the ball, like the thrower. He's going to send them all deep, as he says. The thrower's going to throw it to Bamari, and if it's inaccurate, he can catch it with the whatever diving catch. And then even if someone can blitz him next turn, they'll blitz him, and then he'll dump it off to the guy next to him, and then they can score next turn. That's the only thing I can come up with.
I mean, even then, your inaccurate pass to land in one of his tackle zones is pretty unlikely.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking that's just like an extra sort of try and fail safe. He's obviously going to try and hit straight anyway with his lovable accurate and all that stuff.
Here's a question.
Mhm.
If you fail the catch and it bounces out, do you then get to use diving catch to attempt to catch the bouncing ball that you missed?
God, you have to ask me these awkward questions. Let's have a look. Just says the player has plus 120 catch roll from an accurate pass, tagging his square. In addition, the player catch any pass, kick-off return, or crowd throw-in that would land in an empty square in one of his tackle zones. As if it landed in his own square without leaving his current square.
Sounds like yes.
Yeah, that's what it says. Professor X says basically that's it. I've got his playbook down already.
Well, you've just screwed him over for the season. Well done, Bernie.
Well, you know, this is what I do. This is what I do. I check on players like this and think, right, why is he taking it? And then when I play him, if I play him, I'm like, right, I know what you're gonna do. That's just tactics. But the good thing for him, he's got plenty of firepower, and plus that could work because knowing it and dealing with it is two different things. But the amount of times I've seen dump off go wrong, I'm not even gonna go there.
Yeah, but I've seen and bear witness to a triple dump off.
Wow, I didn't think you could triple dump off.
I'm sure it was. I'm sure I blitzed a player near the halfway line with dump off, and he dumped it off to someone else. Who then I tried to hit with another player who dumped it off to someone else.
SC Wyatt and his 3-chain dump off to score.
I'm sure it was. Yeah, I'm sure it was against
awesome.
me. I'm sure it was against me.
Tell you what,
I
that
had no
is
idea
pretty
who
awesome.
it was against. But
I
don't know if I was commenting on it or if it was against me, but I was part of it definitely.
Right, best matchup for the Violent Sons then.
Best matchup. Probably the Underworld.
Yeah, I agree with that. It was
Not much
straight
tackle.
away. Yeah,
Not much strength.
It's one of the few teams that I think the High Elves can bully as well. I just think the Underworld's a nice team, and I expect Shaky Dog to be up there, definitely at least mid-table. But when you look at it racial-wise and everything,
yeah,
I just, he's got Angel, what's a nice scheme blitzer, but you know what? I don't think the High Elves are going to be that scared. No. The only concern I have regarding the High Elves, what I didn't mention is, I think their TV is ridiculously high for what they've got. But
don't they have two rerolls as well?
But let's have a look. I don't think they have. I think they've got.
Is it three? I've never looked at them.
They've got a leader. They've got a leader.
Fair one. So they've got two.
Yeah. Like I say, against a team with no blood, no tackle, they're going to have a fielder. They've got some high-powered pieces, and I think Underworld, to me, I won't be that worried about them. But they have no bench, so that is a concern, and they haven't got any cash, what is another big concern. So like you've said before, if they get bad matchups early and some attrition kicks in, they've not got the money to replace, and it could be a bit of a... it reminds me of that team last season, what Dwarf Giant had, the Dark Elves. Was it Eternal Darkness or something like that? I don't know. And I had concerns over them. Yeah, and it went like a car crash for them. That's the concern I have.
If the Underworld end up playing the Orc and the two Nagels first 3 games, then ow.
Yeah, I think the Violent Sons, I mean, this isn't a terrible division for them. There is a lot of worse.
It's going to be very hard,
Yeah.
We're obviously boring, Burzo.
Yeah, he doesn't like High Elves. Do you agree that that's probably their best matchup, or is there anything else you can see?
Yeah, I would argue maybe the Norse, but the Norse will be hitting them a lot more than the Underworld, so...
Yeah, definitely.
I agree, the Underworld.
Okay. Worst matchup for the High Elves then, Bezo?
It's tough because I don't want to keep saying Yeti all the time. Because do you know what I mean? I think the two Nagels at top strength is going to be difficult for him as well. Just to be different and not say the Yobs because we've done it every time. I'm going to say one of the two Nagel teams at full strength.
Right.
With their beast with tents. Obviously, V's got a bit of tail. He's got plenty of tackle really to deal with it. He's got plenty of guard. And then the other team at full strength is nasty as well. So I think it could cause them problems. And that's just trying to get away from the Yobs a bit as well.
Fair enough. Do you agree or?
I can't not say the Gate Yobs. I can't bring myself to not say it. When they get the ball, there's just going to be guard everywhere around it. So even that AG6 leaper, he's not going to be leaping in and hitting anything that's in that cage.
Yeah.
You've got
Oh,
two agility 4 sure hands guys as well. So
yeah.
the ball's not going to be
Pretty
on the
safe,
ground
isn't it?
for them to take advantage of.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry, Bears. I'm going to go with the Yobs. I know I've this sort of
No, I mean, I agreed with the Yobs, but I just
yeah.
wanted to sort of try and
I
touch
know
on
you're
other bits.
trying to
I
make
think I
it
do think
boring.
I think they'll struggle against the Nurgle. I really do.
You know
So
one team I think could really give this high elf team a really big kick in. I think the Norse. You know, I can see them giving him a bit of a kick in. With Trippus's casualty dice is what usually on point. And Petridi as
makes
well.
a
I
good
can see.
foul as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, I can see Petridi giving them problems as well. And they've got that killer who's just so deadly. And obviously he's got tackle and pile on as well. But I think if I'm Professor X, this is this. If all right, I'll rephrase it. If this was my high elf coach team, I'd be secretly confident I can have a positive season because he's got enough firepower there. My only worry is no bench, no cash, and if things
Massive
go
TV.
and the TV is ridiculously high for what he's got, and then that's why he said about things like, do you really need agility 6? You know, I'm not saying yes or no, but I'm just looking at things where you could maybe have dropped a bit of TV, and
He's giving away 3 wizards to 5 of the teams in the conference just with his TV.
Yeah. So
How
I
many
don't
of
know.
them are going to benefit properly from a wizard?
No,
Well,
mind you, the
elves?
Nurgle have got players to come back, haven't they? So it'll be
You just
balanced out.
you just don't know. It's hard it's hard to explain. But yeah, he didn't have a great season last season, so hopefully he can bounce back this season.
Plus, he's awesome. I love the guy. He's great. Him and
Of course you do,
Geowax.
he's Scottish.
No, that's not the reason I love him.
I didn't even know he was Scottish. Let's have a look.
I've never mic'd up with him because I've never needed an interpreter.
I tell you one thing. Another thing what would concern me. He does. I ain't seen much of him. I have played it obviously against him, but he does like to foul. And high elves and fouling with no bench, that seems to be a recipe for disaster.
I like
Yeah,
him
but
even
elves
more.
don't need 11 on the pitch to be overpowered.
I don't know. I've seen it. I thought I just saw a game last season, and he had about 3 sent off, and I'm like, what devilry is this? High elves with 3 sent off. What the thing's going on?
I like it.
It could have just been as well that he was trying to get his good players off the pitch to save them getting hit.
I don't know if there was a good players or not, but I think it might have been against the Wood Elves, to be fair.
Yeah, awesome. Elves
you've
fouling
got a foul
elves
Wood
is
Elves.
amazing.
So I don't know. But you know, I don't mind a foul. I quite like to foul, but I just think with high elves, it's a bit
I'd pay
risky.
to watch elves foul elves. Definitely.
But we'll have to see. Anyway, that is sent off players can't be injured. Well, that's just typical elf, that, isn't it? That's just typical elf.
Legend.
Run away to play again. Run away to play again.
More now.
Run away to play again. That's not very Scottish, is it?
The only way I could love him more is if he brings lizards in next season.
Oh God, no. It should bring dwarfs in. That's what it should bring.
And I've said this before, but I actually spent more money on Blood Bowl, so I didn't have to own elves. Like I bought all the teams separately. Instead of buying the packs, I bought them all separately, so I didn't own any elves.
He's sort of like a dark horse for me this season, Professor X. I think he could be the one what flies under the radar, but that's just me. But his team's got to keep together. That's the problem.
Yes.
And it's a bit concerning to me that if his mentality is, do you know what? I'm losing 1-0. It's not going well. You know what? I'm just going to get my player sent off and just give the win away. That would worry me because, I like to try and fight all the way to the end.
Against Wood Elves, you kind of, if you remove the word answers, that's the largest.
I mean, I don't know. It might not
not
have been against Wood Elves. I just have a feeling.
If his dodging's on point, he'll contend against any team. If he starts failing early dodges and giving away a lot of hits, he will struggle.
Yeah. We'll see. It's interesting. 11 players, a few of them are battered already. How will the Agility 6 Sleeper do? And the one I want to see is the dump off and the diamond catch. That's the guy I want to see in action, see if the plan works. Okay, so that was the Death... Was that the Death Valley? No, it wasn't Death Valley Conference. That was
WFC.
the Wicked Forest Conference. And we now go on to the Death Valley Conference. We're going to start with a team we've not...
4 teams, or...
Yeah, I think so. That's right, isn't it? Oh, no, we haven't. Hey, we forgot the 4 horsemen.
Told you.
See,
Got one of the ponies, haven't we?
I'm trying to be so neutral, but I forgot V's team. Oh dear,
It's
sorry,
an
V.
easy team to forget.
I'm sorry. What can I say? I was so excited about the next team. That's what it was.
The ponies.
Right. Okay then. We can't say I'm not being neutral because if you didn't say that, we'd have just completely forgot this team and I'd be in so much trouble. Abomination Nation had a really good record. Now I don't know how you guys translate challenge records to pro records. All I'm going to say is he played 7 games, obviously. He won 5, he drew 2, he lost none. He had the second best defense record in the CL. Only the Lizards of Pally was better. So it's a great record. This team has won the MML Pros before. And they're back again. Obviously, a very, very scary team, but the wonderful current challenge champions, Rivanga the Dwarfs, really left a mark in their playoff game. Obviously, Kyle disorientated, he's lovable rotter, he's missing next game. So is their probably the best piece of Nego I've seen in the MML. Not only is he missing next game, he is a -1 AV, so he's a lot easier to injure now. But I'll come to Bearzo first. Is this team still good enough to go close?
Yeah. It's all about the coach. The coach is great.
He is, yes.
He's got 3 nasty pieces. He's got a splatter and a tackle. He's got enough guard. Good side, very good side. I wouldn't like to play against him without any guard and stuff like that. I think he'll struggle.
Yeah, I mean, but in the Four Horsemen chat, he did say to us other 3. He said, "I don't know how you guys play with so lack of guard." He said he couldn't. Yeah. He just would hate to do it. He's got, I think, more guard than any of us. Obviously, he's very big on guard. He's got 4 guard. Yeah, 4 probably guard pieces. We don't like more, I guess. But yeah, I mean,
I was gonna say he's lacking guard.
Oh yeah, he is. He probably is. That's what I said. He probably would like more. That's what I said.
From a dwarf.
Yeah, he probably would like more guard. But he was sort of saying, "Look, you 3 have hardly got any guard, or maybe 2 guard," and he's like, "I'd probably struggle with 4, and you guys have got 2." You know, I think that's basically what he was trying to say. But you know, it's a shame on that beast. And I tell you what, people have been going on about Laser Smith, how he's not been retired. I'm surprised Cardell is still healthy. Bear in mind he's got decay. He just will not die.
Well, look at him. Look at a 106 SPP rotter.
He's amazing. I love him. But
I think he's brilliant.
Yeah, he's mate. Blitzing strength 4, he's immense.
Yeah. TV cap gimmick is 1950 plus your coach bonuses. I like this team, but if I'm playing against this team, I'd fear the coach because VPLV's got to be. I know Gardley gets a lot of this, like he's amazing, and he is. But to me, VPLV's on that same level as Gardley. Is that controversial to say? I don't think it is. I think they're both.
Gard's team's a lot to say for his success as well. Whereas I think V it is his coaching as well. Do you know what I mean?
I think they're both on the same standard. I think they're both very elite coaches in the MML. I think
Gard's team does what Gard's team needs to do. Yeah. He is a fantastic coach as well.
Yeah, and he's going to be he's going to be the 4-time champion when he wins the final. You've heard it here first. 3-1 is going to win. Not that I ever get it.
I've got 3-1 as well.
Not that I ever get it right, so I don't know why I'm bothering.
I went 3-2 the other way.
The Squirrels won't win.
I think I went 3-2 to. I think I went 3-2 to Gerd actually.
Yeah, I just think with the 110s and the firepower he's got. But anyway, that's the final one we're doing. They did well last season. I would say to step up when you go from challenge to pros. Trying not to upset anybody here, but I was thinking the pros is a bit of a higher bar.
That's why I call the pros.
Yeah, I like this team. It's a solid team. Number 7 though, obviously he's only AB7 now. I think a lot will be put on number 8 to get it done. The Agility 4 2-headed piece. He's beautiful.
Yes.
Like the Cowboys, he's as fast as me, but it's not very fast. His guard he'll use very nicely. I've just got 3 my blow claw. What's going to be useful? 4 guard, but key play to me is the Agility 4 player. It'd be interesting to see how reliable the Beast will be after getting broken into by the nasty dwarfs.
I don't think the Beast. I don't think that'll matter too much. He's going to do his job and tie people up as he always does and attract players.
Yeah, and the thing is as well is he'll have his guard in the right place probably to protect the Beast quite well.
Yeah.
So yeah, what do we think is the best matchup then for the Abomination Nation?
Who are you going with?
Whichever one of you is brave enough to speak first.
I think he will smash the Norse to bits.
Ooh, smash them to bits.
I don't. I really don't. Be easy to say the Underworld because he's got tackle and all that, but I think the way Trip plays, will be going toe to toe with him. I think the Nagel have got the capability to take him to pieces.
Fair enough. Gimlick says Khemri is his best matchup. Dio?
I'm going with the mirror match.
Oh,
The other Nurgle.
Patridi. But do you know Patridi has one of the most deadliest players in the world? I think he just killed somebody else. Ste has rabies.
I think my lad's just stood on some Lego.
That's never a good thing, but it'll toughen his feet up at least. Yeah, I can see why. But I'd be worried about number 2. He's just a machine.
Yeah, but number 2 on V's team is...
He's got no guard though.
Much the same, but with
one guard. Yeah, one guard. Yeah, I can see why you would go there. Definitely. Where would I go? Oof, God. This is pretty awful. I think he'd do quite well against most of these teams, to be fair. Do I want to agree with Dio?
I need the arms and body then. Pass me the body.
I don't really know, to be honest. I think I'm going to go with Dio. I'm going to go with Patridi, even though he's got that kill out. I think V-Power's experience with the use of guard, and obviously, as long as it's not the first game, I think in a mirror match, I'd fancy the Four Horsemen's representative to beat the not Four Horsemen's representative. So, yeah. There's a reason why V-Power's in the Four Horsemen. That's all I'm going to say. Worst matchup then for Abomination Nation, Dio. Come on, give me the worst matchup for them.
I'm just beating a dead horse and saying yeet.
Oh, yeet yobs. That's something we haven't heard for about... We haven't even heard the yeet yobs name for at least 5 minutes now, so I think that's fair enough.
I'm going to be different. I'm just going
to... You're going to what? Who are you going for? I was going to go yeet yobs, I don't know who to go for now.
I'm going to go Los Pumas.
Ooh, really?
Los Pumas? I want to go the Pumas because they're annoying, they're dodgy, they're shifty, they've got to be a guard.
Got to be a bit shifty.
Got Smurf, can be a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
I just want to be different and say Pumas.
Alright then.
Don't like agreeing with Data.
This might surprise a few of you, but I'm not going to go with the 8 Yobs here, although I do think that isn't a great matchup for them. But Claw against AV9, unless you're playing against Dwarfs, but seem to never work these days, is a good sign.
Or 7 guard.
Yeah, or 7 guard, yeah. Come on, I'm trying to go away from the 8 Yobs here. I think the worst matchup is... Oh, can I say them? Can I really? I'm trying to not say the 8 Yobs. I really am. I'm really trying here. My brain's going.
Not so because the 8 Yobs team's just built to attack.
Brain's like saying, Bernie, don't say something stupid. Just go with the norm. What is the 8 Yobs? Yeah. All right. It's deteriorating. What can I say? God, can I? Oh, fuck. The worst matchup for Abomination Nation is the 8 Yobs. I'm sorry, I tried so hard, but all that guard, all that mighty blow, all that tackle. I'm
just
sorry.
trying not to say it. That's why I'm trying to bring a different thing into I want to say 8 Yobs.
I tried so hard, but I buckled. I wanted to say the Bengal Pharaohs. I really did. And blame it on Gimli.
South must be doing something wrong because we're all tipping him.
I know, but this is what happened last season. I had a love affair with his team, and they let me down. He didn't make the playoffs, and he was between him and the Squirrels. And I went with him, and the Squirrels are now in the final, and he isn't. It even, you know, and I feel like it's deja vu again because you look at his team and it's like, oh my god, it's so amazing. But yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna
tip the Squirrels. He'd have got to the final.
Probably. Sorry, that's my fault. Obviously, blame me.
It's okay. Both came from the same play pool, so it just shows how strong that play pool was.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think we can all agree with that. You know, the F4 can't claim to be the best anymore. No.
They never could.
Well, there you go. You never could. Charlatans, obviously. Right. So that's Abomination Nation. So I'm hoping saying now that conference finished. We all agree on that, don't we? Yeah.
I think
okay.
we've looked at 4 teams.
Yeah. Jolly good. Right. Let's go into the Death Valley Conference then, and we're going to start with the team we haven't actually really talked about. Bless him that much. compared to the rest of the teams, and that is the D8 Yobs. Yes, a very unknown Orc team.
What is it they're playing? Oh, Orcs. Okay.
Oh yeah. Let's have a look at this team. I wonder if it's any good. So Southie, who I do believe did win the Challenge Cup as well, back in the day. I'll tell you what I put about these guys. 7 guard, 2 agility 4 blitzers, strength 5 Black Orc, 5 mighty blow, 1 turner goblin, 13 players, solid thrower. Blitzers are great, but shadowing on Mike. Why? Why does Mike have shadowing? That was the only.
You said that last season.
Did I? And what did they say? I can't remember. That was last season. Even the little one.
I think we said the same. We've no idea. But...
Great. At least we're consistent.
And annoying. That's why, because it is annoying.
I like.
I've dodged away from him, and he's followed me, and he's got guard, which is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, but anything that dodges away from him is going to be faster.
Yeah. So unless you roll bad dice, but then again, people probably say the same about me with tentacles. Why do you give all your players tentacles, you idiot, Bernie? And it's just like, well, it's fun.
Cool.
It does. It does look cool. You know.
It's also an extra roll for those elves instead of making a 2+.
Yeah.
Tentacles I understand more than shadowing on.
Yes.
Relatively slow player.
The funny thing is, though, as much as I don't like the pick, I now like the player more because it's different. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All of a sudden now, I want to see Mike running after a gutter or something, or running after someone saying, I'm coming with you. Because it'd be so funny.
I want to see his next stat as diving catch.
I can't pretend. Well, I was going to say something really... I was going to say prehensive tale, but then thought of dirty thoughts. How about diving tackle? No, that's not much better either, is it, to be fair? I don't know. But
shadowing and pass block, that's got to be a good combination.
Pass block, absolutely. And then give him catchers afterwards. It's going to be interesting what he does pick next, but I just thought out of everything, that was a bit crazy. But I like Mike more for it now.
Pile on maybe there instead of that.
Yeah, I would. I don't know why he thought that, but I like Mike now a bit more. I don't know why. I just do.
Yeah, agreed.
Can we see any weaknesses, guys, in this team? I know we've gone about this team, about how much we like them, because to me, they're the best balanced team
the unskilled
Ulgrot's the only
weakness. Literally the only thing.
What's the weakness? Sorry, Ulgrot. Or the Black Orc.
Only, and it's not even a weakness. It's just
hasn't gone to skills yet. Yeah.
The only thing I'd make this team better is block on the troll. It's maybe the only thing.
Yeah.
It's just nice to have block on your big guys, isn't it? That is literally the only thing. Chuck another goblin in there as well, just for a laugh, in case you need a one-turner.
Yeah. I just think the team's so well balanced. But I'm sure I said this last season.
I think it's good to do. I think it's hard to get Orcs into the league, because Orcs at 1400, 1450 aren't very good.
Oh, I don't know. I think they're pretty solid.
They're hard. It's hard to get. Like, I've got a nice Orc team in the farm, and they're already smashed up to 1600 TV, and I can't really drop it.
Well, this is why I always think they should step up the salary cap, or we're on a TV cap in challenge, so maybe on 16. Because what people forget is, it's 1400, but how much of that is in fan factor?
Yeah, and you're coming in against teams 17, 18, 19. Yeah.
Someone said to me to do a board member thing. Someone will have to tell me what I have to do, and I'll try and.
Yeah. See, I think it'd be good having 3 leagues. I think that'd benefit the MML massive as well.
Yeah, there you go. You see,
Challenge league, a middle league, and a pro league.
Yeah,
and it's more of a prestige thing getting into the pros. You're going to get less teams dropping out and starting again.
Yeah.
More of a bigger thing to get.
We need to get these ideas across over to Preach and the gang. So maybe we'll have to look at that. Right, okay. I like this team. I think we all say it's a pretty decent team. It'll be interesting to see what Andy gets next, because, like I say, he's 1 point off a level. And the thing is, maybe we can just go, I know, I'll just throw it to me, the Agility 4 guy, 2+2+, no problem. I'm leveled up. Yeah. Boom. I just like the team. I just do. It's just a really good team.
Very, very good.
What's the best matchup for these Orcs then? Anybody want to have a stab?
Underworld.
Yep. Underworld. Poor old Underworld.
I was going to say the Norse or the Underworld.
Yeah, because Norse, apart from the Yeti, AV9's going to help the Orcs a lot, aren't they? I think they could slap the Pumas about a bit as well. I don't think the Orcs will be scared about the humans.
Bad game for him, mate.
And I tell you what will be interesting is to see the 8 Yobs against Val and Sons. Like, yeah, we can throw the ball like you can, guys, but we can also break stuff. And the high ups will be like, yeah, we got might blow people as well. So that'll be quite an interesting game. But
yeah, I mean, I don't want to pick on the Norse because he's developing his team took a right pace in it. He's managed now to get back up to 13 players. He's got 2 or 3 players. We're going to touch on him in a minute, so I don't want to pick on them because the team.
Do you know what I think? I'm going to go somewhere different this time. I think the best matchup for D8 Yobs is Patridi. There's one guard on that team. They've got one killer who is scary, but apart from that, they haven't got nothing else to scare the Yobs. The Yobs have got like 13 players anyway, so it's like, all right, the best you're going to be able to do with your killer is to hit something on the flank, but I'm not really bothered about. And if you pile on, I've got a bench so I can foul it. I think the Yobs should steamroll Patridi this season, so we now know for Goblin Gambling people, back Patridi. I just think.
As it is, I think Abomination Nation is their worst matchup, which is same race.
I think but I think there's more in the arsenal of Abomination Nation, where I think Patridi relies on that killer a lot. And the Yobs last season, I don't know if I said, but their record is 3-1-3. So not bad compared to a lot of these records last season. That's a pretty, a decent record. And like I said, I think if they'd have beaten the Squirrels, they'd have made the playoffs. I hope that was right. But it was close to the playoffs. And you'd think maybe this season they've got a better chance because obviously the 2 teams what made the final, he was against them, wasn't he, last season, where they're not going to be here this season to stop him. So, that's a sort of a bonus as well. But I really like the Patridi matchup. I would be scared of the killer, but apart from that, I think it's a solid matchup, and I'll go with them. Now, the 8 Yobs, West matchup. Bears, you said Abomination Nation. Do you want to explain why?
I think they've got the strength to keep up with them. I think they've got enough guard to keep up with them. They've got killers to remove them. And good ball carriers, so I think that's their worst matchup. I think they're the only team that can compete strength-wise and still have ball carriers to match.
Right, okay. Do you agree, or do you see another team?
Yeah, as much said, the 8 Yobs are the Abomination Nation's worst matchup. I think it's also true the other way. Abomination Nation's the 8 Yobs' worst matchup.
Yeah.
It's the clash of the season, I think.
It's... How does the Kemi look like? I'll show you what the Kemi look like, just for you.
The Kemi's got plenty of strength and mighty blow all over the place, hasn't it?
And they've got the movement A. I'll tell you what, the issue I have with the Bengal Pharaohs is I really liked them last season, and they didn't do great. And ironically, I'm one of these guys who say, you can have a really bad season, then next season you can just have an amazing season. But I don't know. I'm just reluctant to pick the Pharaohs. I mean, they've got all the strength and they've got the guard, so you would think, and they've got that movement A piece now, what's huge. So I can see why people would say the Pharaohs for definitely, because they can match them strength for strength.
Yeah, they've got quite a few players close to level ups as well and things like that.
Yeah. So maybe, yeah. Oh, I'm going to go with the Pharaohs. I'm going to give him one more chance here. I think, and Gimlick's agreeing with me, so that's good. Because they've got the strength and they've got the guard, and I like that movement 8 piece. He could be big from this season. They didn't have him last season, so yeah, I'm going to go with the Pharaohs. So you two go with the Nation. What's a good call, and I'll go with the other strong team because they can, with strength 5, be able to match them. So do you get Yobs? If they're not up there again, I'm just not going to talk about them next season. Simple as that.
If you don't do it this season, it's time to retire. Go on, Sam.
Yeah, give them to me. Give them to me. Let me play them. Right, next team then, the one everyone loves to hit, Golden Disciple. Is it Discipline? Discipline? Whatever, Discipline, I think. I love Trip playing Nos, I must admit. I just love watching him play. He had a decent record last season. 3 wins, 4 losses. Considering...
his team, he's rebuilding this team, and I remember maybe 4 seasons ago when I played it, he had 4 subs, 4 journeymen. It was horrendous, and he had 1 Ulf. It was just a bad team.
I just think he just plays Nos so well. I never tire watching him play Nos. I don't know what it is. I just love it when he plays Nos.
Mighty Blow on the he'd like block next. That'd be great.
If he can get block on that,
Mighty Blow on his 2 Ulfs probably.
And they're only 2 points away from a level up. Is the two Nos.
If he can manage to get another, I mean, he's in a tough player pool with some nasty players, but if he can manage to get another season of building, this team can back up to what it was.
I tell you one thing. What I was a bit worried about was number 6 Bart, because he's the ball carrier, but also he's good on defense. And I always worry when you do this sort of thing because he will be
you don't want
paying.
him in the mix, do you?
He's going to get hit a lot. And to me, when you're AB7, that's a recipe for disaster. Even MNGs can cost you, a win the next game. So he hasn't got anything else where he can say, "Here's the ball, get me TD," with much confidence. Where he is, but because he's such nice with side step down tackle on his blodger, you want to use him on defense in a proactive way. But if you do that, he's going to get hit a lot more. And he's only AV7, and a mighty blow, sort of pile on and stuff like that could really break him. And that's the only worry I have on this team is Bart could be, sleeping with the fishes by the end of the season.
Yeah.
But Tripp's good enough to manage.
Well, yeah, it is.
He needs a little bit more guard. He's got 5 frenzy pieces that could get him in trouble, but he's good enough. He's going to have to take 1 dices on.
The thing is, well, Gravity Kills has got guard, and he's a pommer as well, and so that if he's on the floor, he can't obviously give the guard as well. But I don't like backing against Tripp. I think this sort of division he'll do all right in. He's got a bench now. I think he could do some. Like I said, Gim saying Bart is the team here. And I sort of agreed to that in a certain way, Gimlick. And if you take him out, then this team's like, crap, what do we do now? The Flair number 8, a pass guy. I'm never a big fan of pass on Norse. I know he's a thrower. I'm more in the league of we know security runner, and he'll get the TD for you. Strength 4 lineman's good. That's always nice. Be nice if he rolls another double, get guard or something like that. But yeah, it's an alright team. It's in a building thing still. But if you look at from last season, this team has done.
Mate, if you look 3 seasons ago at his team, this is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I think probably 90% of the people would have folded the team in the MML.
Yeah.
Oh, when he started last season, he only had about 7 or 8 players.
Is Bart a signing? Is Bart a signing?
Bart's a long-time player.
Right. Okay.
Tripp's not had a
cash
transfer in a few seasons because he's been rebuying all the players that Norse go through.
Yeah, understandably.
So Bart, Gravity Kills were the only 2 with skills when he started last season.
Crikey. What do we think is
he might have had to block on an oath, I can't quite remember, but I know one was fresh.
Right. What do we think his best matchup is? I'm going to go straight out there and say the Underworld.
Yeah, the Underworld. The Claw doesn't mean anything to Tripp.
No.
And he's going to bully them. With all the frenzy, it doesn't even matter about a lack of tackle.
Yeah. Hi, Juvie. Nice to see you, buddy. I just think, he's going to be able to bully... Well, he'll try and bully the Underworld. I think that is the best matchup. Do you agree, Bezo, or...?
Yeah, I completely agree, mate, yes.
Okay, what's the worst matchup then, Bezo? What do you think he
won?
Again, you always pick them.
Mate, I've actually been the only one to not pick Yobs.
So you must feel confident.
It's either Yobs or Abomination Nation, pal. Yeah.
Dio, do you agree with that, or are you going to go somewhere else?
I was going to stack them the other way. Abomination Nation above Kate Yobs.
Well, you'll be surprised to hear this, but I'm going to go with the Bengal Pharaohs. Because but listen, they've got 4 strength 5 guarded Guardians, and they've all got Mighty Blow. He's got a Mighty Blow Paladin on Blitterar as well. And they're on the AB7 as well, is Trippers' team. Most of them, apart from Steel for Winners and that.
Yeah.
And the A. I just think they can bully the living daylights out of Trippers' Norse and have their way with them.
I picked them as their best game. I picked the Norse against for Gio's best game.
I just think the Khemri could do it, and it's a bit worrying that me and Gimlick are agreeing in chat a lot. People are going to be thinking I'm just listening to you, Gim. Well, probably wouldn't be a bad thing, to be fair. I think I always like seeing Tripp play Norse, and I can't wait to see him play again this season. It'll be interesting to see where he ends up. Right, 2 teams to go. It's time, late game. It's time for Underground Souls. So Shaker Dog's team. Let's have a look. They did alright last season, if I remember correctly. They got 4 wins, 1 loss, 2 draws. That is an amazing record.
Yeah.
And they didn't make the
Very
playoffs. That's pretty sad with a good record like that. I've been pretty good with that. But, I mean, we've sort of, a lot of us have said, oh, well, this is a bad matchup for them, and this is, and, you know, a lot of the teams will fancy playing these. But if you look at the records, you know, these are one of the best teams with a very good record.
He plays them very, very well.
Yeah. I like, what did I, I like number 8, Algate, the little underworld goblin with his agility 4. He's got horns, sure feet, sprint, big hands.
He's got leader.
No, that's sure feet. But he's good at he's good at throwing it. But if the ball's on the floor, he's just gonna go in there, pick the ball up, and go away with it. Yeah. I love him to bits. But he's also got other things. Number 3 is an interesting one. Temple. He's a scale of a blitzer, but he's a ball handler as well. Agility 4, blodge, tackle. Yeah. Extra movement. He's a nice piece.
Lots of nice pieces. Everyone gets tied into the fact that they are splatty goblins, aren't they?
Yeah. But I like Piccadilly as well. Preemptive tail, diving tackle, underworld goblin. What a pain in the backside he's going to be.
Like when you set up against these to kick off, do you stick goblins on the front line?
I would.
So
yeah,
absolutely. You've got a good chance of losing 3 players.
Yeah, you can do. But if you haven't got tackle on them, you know, at least Dodge will give them some sort of just thingy, you know. And I don't know. I definitely wouldn't put my best players on there. You know, I like Underworld. I always feel with Underworld, you know, the glass cannon. You've got to take as many of them off as they do with yours.
Yeah. Well, look at Ford's when he had his Underworld team. That was a fantastic team, and then he had a horrendous game against me, and then one against someone else the week after, and that was it. Yeah,
I mean, he's got the Knuffle Altar as well. What's really good. I like that because there's a few
left.
Yeah. So that's going to be good for his home games. Big fan of Shaky Dog. The games I saw last season, I was very impressed in them. He's really, really good. And like I said, he was a tough player pool last season as well. He absolutely mullered Zidge's Orcs. That was like, wow, 4-1. That was some serious beating there.
Did he beat you, Dyer, last season?
Yeah, he destroyed me. But that's not really saying too much.
I think the only team he lost to last season was Ubistreak Flamers, who were in the final and 3-time champions, and he only lost 3-2 there, so he gave that a good go. He obviously beat Deo's Midgets 1-0 as well, as you've already said. He drew with the 8 Yobs. You know, but that 4-1 against them Orcs, that to me is a very impressive, you know, performance there. I think he'll be up there because with the record he's got, and to me, although I'm still learning some of these coaches, the guys he played last season, I know them and they're a very good quality yardstick. And if he's giving them a game, then there's no reason why I shouldn't give this lot a good game as well. So I think they're definitely going to be there or thereabouts. I think, and I like the way he plays. So, best matchup for the Underworld then, guys. Anybody want to have a shout?
It's tough. It really is tough, this one. I don't know. It's really hard, mate. Maybe.
I'm going to say the Khemri. Any loose balls, and the Underworld are going to love it.
Yeah, and they're not going to fight with the Khemri much, are they? They can move about all over the place as well, and you know, if they get Khemri guard down,
Mighty Blow, Claw,
and he's got horns,
Blitzer. He's not going to need the assists to remove one Khemri per turn.
Yeah. I'm going to agree with you, Dio. I like that. And obviously, I just, out of all of them, see, I think he'll do well against a few of these teams.
He drew with the Yobs last year, didn't he? So.
Yeah. I don't think he'll be too scared of Patridi either, to be fair.
Keeping the team together is a biggie.
Yeah, but he's got a lot of balance in his team. You know, not as much as obviously Yobs, but he's certainly got like a plan A, plan B, plan C sort of thing mentality. So I like that. And I think he'll surprise him. I really will. I think he'll definitely surprise him. Anyway, let's go on to the last team then. Patridi. We've given the Four Horsemen's Abomination Nation, V-Part V, a lot of love, when I could remember, that is. let's have a look at the guy looking through that window, saying, "Hey, let me in." One thing I will say about this team is, apart from, I think I'm right in saying they caused so many casualties last season, and it was all down to their enforcer, who his Stez has rabies. Now, I would imagine this guy's pretty miffed off, because obviously there's always talk about Irish Car Bomb, Mad Frankie Fraser, and all that stuff, and this guy's like saying, hello, what about me? I'm just like destroying teams by myself, and nobody's giving me any love. You know, yeah, but he wasn't in last season, was he? That's the thing, and I'm sure he'll cause carnage this season. But this guy, he just goes about his business, destroying stuff, and no one blinks and that, an eye, doesn't he? It's like cool.
Could hit legendary this season.
Yeah, could. Yeah, if he has the same season last season, probably will do. Do you like this team? Anything you don't like about this team? Anything,
It's a lot better than it was a couple of seasons ago.
Right.
Last time I looked at it, you had the Beast, Stehaz, and P, or however you pronounce his name, Pi.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was a very bare team.
Right.
Now,
yeah, he did a bad season, hasn't he?
I think it was just that he relied so much on the two players. Stehaz for the blitz, Pi for the ball duties, and no one else was getting any SPP. Now it's looking like quite a terrifying team.
Yeah. I mean, his record last season was 1-1.
Always the kind of Ewan's a bit bloat, but I do like putting skills onto the rotters. I do like building them up.
I suppose it's good having something like that. I always thought if I ever get another rotter to like level up next, and I'm like quite high TV, I might give him some like extra rounds, because then if someone's got a wizard, it's like, well, I'll just give it to this guy and he could get blasted. Then it's no biggie. Like I say, his record last season was 1-1, drew 3, lost 3, so not great but not terrible. But I do like number 2. No surprise there, because it's me. But what happens if he has an off day? Or what happens if he gets took out? This team are going to struggle, I think. And P. Gra, he's missing the first game as well. So obviously you and the Rotten is going to have to do something, isn't he? I sad to say I'd sack number 13 as well. Although he has got a movement up. Strength 2 ain't helping no one. That's just sheer bloat. What do we think of the 2 coach assistants and the 2 cheerleaders? Because he's already got 3 rerolls. He's got a leader reroll, so that's 4 rerolls, and he's now trying to get another reroll via the cheerleaders and assistants. To me, this seems like you could knock off, like 100k maybe of TV.
The question though is it 40k of bloat to get an extra reroll, or 40k of bloat to deny your opponent a reroll?
I don't know. I just think it's a lot of I mean, do you really need 4 rerolls?
I mean, I would honestly drop one of the team reroll.
Yeah, so that'd be 70k.
2 rerolls plus leader.
Yeah, your leader.
Get rid of Retagors.
Yep. So there's well, he's already missing at the moment, isn't he? But when he's back, that's 140k of TV there anyway. So you're looking at Giannis, what number's that guy?
He's the
12.
Rotter.
Yeah, you could get rid of him as well, but
you've got 150k. What do you need to spend it on? You've got a stadium enhancement.
So I would sack obviously the Strength 2 guy. I'd probably drop a reroll and so that's saved 70k. I'd drop a coach, so I'd drop a cheerleader, so that's 90k there. And all of a sudden you're going to be very TV efficient against high TV teams, and then you're going to be able to get things like a leader and not a leader, a wizard and stuff like that. And obviously you still got cheerleading, you still got coach assistant, and obviously you still got good fan factory Nan, so you still got that option of obviously, as you say, stopping the other team getting a reroll. But a lot of teams will have 3 rerolls anyway, and so a 4th reroll is just a luxury, and it's not over time until obviously the playoffs. I just think it's a lot of TV. And he could cut quite a bit, and would make, I think personally, this team a lot more dangerous. But maybe he's thinking, you know what, I need all these rerolls because I'm gonna just every time Stehaz fails, I'm gonna vanity reroll it and do it that way, and that's maybe why he's doing that. Like say if it works for him,
no,
that's
that is how he has played before.
Has it?
Whether he still does or not, I don't know. but
It
Ste
would,
has basically breaks armor every blitz.
yeah. That's
But at the same time, you know where the blitz is coming from.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, but that's what the only thing what makes sense to me is if he's going for all this, all this reroll heavy is so that he can just go, haha, I got pushes. Guess what? I'm gonna reroll and hopefully get a power. But yeah, interesting. We'll see how it works out this season. Obviously, it's a big blow that number 6 is missing the first game, but he'll be back for the other 6, hopefully for him. Best matchup for this team then. Anybody want to? Underworld again. Poor old shaky dog. Okay.
He's got tackle and I just think the Underworld, mate.
Okay, Dia.
I'd probably say Professor. The High Elves.
Yeah. All that disturbing presence, and he'd probably have enough to get a wizard if he plays in first up as well, I guess. This is a tricky one for me because I think Underworld will do very well against Patridi. So I can't go there. I think Patridi against Norse could be a thing. Could certainly take out like Yeti pretty early as well. I don't know. Professor X, possibly. Oh God, I don't know. I'm gonna go with Triporus. I don't think because it's Norse, and I can see Patridi being able to take out his Yeti or his enforcers pretty early with that pile on piece. I'm not I don't think Patridi's got a matchup what I think, wow, it's a really good matchup for him. I think, there's not many bad matchups for him, but there's nothing what stands out as an amazing matchup for me for him. So I'll go with the Norse. Now, what's the worst matchup for Patridi, do we think?
Either Abomination Nation or the Yobs.
Oh, the Yob. You're getting your Yob loving late, aren't you? You're getting your Yob loving late.
Personally, you're just saying Yobs for everything now.
I know.
I did take it for the 3 when you lot didn't. I'm all over that now.
He's getting in there so he can say, look, I'm top of you guys.
The Nation and Yob. I mean, the Yobs are just guard heavy, and the Nation are got enough guard to compete with them, and very similar TVs, but a lot more guard. I think Abomination Nation will take that one.
Fair enough. Dia, what do you think?
No, I actually agree, as much as I don't want to with Burzo, but...
Oh, come on!
The Abomination Nation, they've got the better guard. They're both sitting around the same TV, but these teams more TV efficient.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go completely different because I don't pick Yobs all the time. I'm going to go with the team I think will whoop their ass this season. Well, they probably won't, but I'm going to say that because it's controversial.
The Bangles.
The who? The Bangles? No, I'm not going to say the Bangles. No. This is a different team. This is the Underworld. I think the Underworld are a horrid matchup for Patridi. Really horrid matchup. I think the Underworld are going to just... If the ball goes loose, they're going to get on it. If they want to foul, they'll get on it because they've got a bench. They're going to be a nightmare for Patridi's Nagel. And if that guy piles on, he's got plenty of goblins and you go, oh, look, kill him on the floor. Don't mind if I do. Put a boot in. Get rid of it. I think a lot of people, I think even you said, Bezo, you think it's maybe their best matchup. I'm relying on the Underworld with his shenanigans here, and I think they'll do really well. I don't see it as an easy game for this Nagel. I really don't. Again, I've come back to Patridi. It's all about his killer. If his killer has a field day, it's happy days. But I always think with killers, there's going to be games where they're not going to fire, and if they don't fire against, if he doesn't fire against Shaky Dog's Underworld, I think he's in a world of pain, and I can see the Underworld winning that one. So I'll go different there. Now then, here comes the most important thing. See if we can do any good this year. We're going to have to find out. I mean, the best thing for me, because I'm so old, I can't remember who I picked last season, who did well, who didn't. But I'm pretty sure I tipped the UBC Flames to do well last season. Now then, so we'll go with our second pick first. We'll go with Dio first. Who finishes second in this division?
Second. I'm going to go with V.
V Pal V Abomination Nation. Beza?
The Yobs.
The Yobs. Okay. Oh God, who do I go for?
Do you not want to win it, Bernie? Just say them.
No, I like a lot of these teams.
No, I'm just saying, I know you do. It's just you and a Kesson.
Oh shit, yeah, shit, I forgot
No,
about
that's
that.
for the other one.
Oh yeah, to be fair, he was goes to the first one. Oh god, I can't give it. Oh, I can't. Abomination Nation will come second. There you go. They're going to come second.
Okay,
The Four Horsemen will make the playoffs with V-Power V. Right, Bearzo, we'll go to you first this time. Who wins the division?
V is winning the division.
Who? V-Power V.
V-Power. Yeah.
Oh, you had Job second, didn't you? Yeah. So you're going
I've
for
got Job second, and I've got Abomination Nation top in the group.
Okay, so we got a bit of a closet Four Horsemen lover with us today.
What's Dia laughing at?
I don't know. Dia, who did you had Abomination Nation finishing second? So who you got going to win it?
Yeah, Yobs.
Do you know what? I'm so surprised. Okay, so far we've either got Abomination yet Yobs basically is going to dominate this division. Are you ready for my tip? The Bernie's curses, obviously bears us around everybody. So which lucky coach?
Are you sticking with Yobs again?
Oh God, I can't. I'm a glove from Punchman, aren't I? So this season's WFC stroke DVC top of the division winner is the Underground Souls. Underworld Denzans will finish top of this division. Not yet, Yops. Sorry, Shaky. I'm serious.
Shaky. You are relegated.
I am. Don't say that because I'm not going for. If I had to pick a team out of all this, I'd pick 8 Yobs. But they let me down last season. They let me down, and it was like a dagger through the heart. If I had a heart, that is. I think the Underground Souls will be the next love affair of the MML. Everybody was all flingtastic this season. Next season, it'll all be Wheel of Shaky. He's awesome. The Underworld, amazing. And if he wins the MML title, I'll try and claim at least 10% of that for giving him the look of tipping him to win it. But I really seriously think they had a great record last season. They won 4 games, and I think this season they'll get at least 4 wins again.
Yeah, but
and
look who was playing like. He was playing like the likes of Dia last year.
Yeah, and Dio did really well. And he also played. Who did he play against? I think he played against I think Flamers.
Yeah, he played the Yobs. He played the Yobs as well last year.
Yeah, he drew with the Yobs. He beat Dio, who had a great season. Not many teams beat Dio.
No.
He beat the Infinity Darkness. Yeah, Yobs 1-1. Flamers was the only team to beat him. He beat Golden Discipline. He drew with the Slan Caesar, a very good team. He absolutely ripped the livid daylights out of Diox and Brecker. I mean, that must have been a crazy game. I'm on the Underworld train. It's not a stunt. I really fancy him this season. Choo choo, Birdie's curse coming your way. And if he gets relegated, if he gets relegated, you won't see me next season because I'll have to go into harding. But so there you go. So just to repeat what we've said, you think Bearzo thinks Yobs to come second, Nation to come first. Dio thinks Nation second, Yobs first. I think Nation second, the Underground Souls to win it all. Well, all right, win this conference. Mm-hmm. So there we go. We've done it. Only another 15 to go for me. It's not a problem. It's all right, isn't it? Anyway, that's us done then. Thanks again to Dio and Bearzo. Much appreciated you guys coming on, giving your spare time up and helping me get this done. Let us know if you agree or disagree. And Shaky Dog, as always, you are welcome, my friend, to get the lucky tip. And we'll see you on the next show, whichever one that'll be, I don't know. And then if you want to join me... Yeah, and if you want to join me on on one of these, you are more than welcome. Just let me know via Discord and we'll get you one. Thanks again, guys, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.